You are now listening to The Final Third.
I think Pepe's so comfortable.
Well, you should be in
just need to shake him.
You should be in prison. We build you out. We build you out to come and play this season. You're out here disgracing us. You should be in prison. You facing charges.
And breathe. And breathe.
And scene.
Oh my God. Literally.
And scene.
Cut. The Premier League season is done. And we here at the Final Third are with you to wrap it up and go through what has to be one of the most dramatic days ever in Premier League final
Did you
day.
say dramatic on purpose?
Dramatic. Not dramatic, dramatic. Dramatic days in Premier League history.
You think so?
Has to be one of the most dramatic days. Because think about it, started with Wolves going ahead. Because what does that have to do with anything? That wasn't part of no script. And then Aston Villa all beating up on City. It's not even just they were beating them up. And you're talking about 2-0, 15 minutes to go. Liverpool were always going to come back against Wolves. That was never the issue. It was always happening.
It was inevitable. It was just taking too long.
That's it. It was just what was happening at the Etihad that was the spanner in the works. Because what are Aston Villa doing 2-0 up with 15 minutes left to play? What does that have to do with anything? What script was written? Where did they write that script? Oh, the Barclays. The Barclays never fails to deliver. As a qualified hater, I was on my knees thinking Liverpool are actually going to do this quadruple. As a fully qualified hater, I was looking around and thinking this may just be me for this great sport. This sport has given me so much in life. This may just be me. I might have to wrap it up right here. I was watching Liverpool just get ready to beat Wolves, win a quadruple, and I was thinking, nah, I'm not going through this. It's enough. I'm not doing this.
You're killing me still.
The football gods said, nah, I got one more in me. I got one more twist. I got one more twist for you. What? First of all, Pep Guardiola, never try bench Raheem Sterling again because he just came in, changed the game. Don't do that.
I'm listening to you. I'm going to let you finish.
Sterling came in, chipped it to the back post. Gundogan. Oh my God. He was trying to make it. He was trying to have his Aguero moment today. What? Nah. As a true qualified hater, I was genuinely thinking.
And you're proud.
Nah, I'm a hater. When it comes to Liverpool, I hate on everything. Any sort of success, nah, don't want that for you. I don't want that for you. Any sort of success, any sort of happiness, nah, take it away. You think you can win a Premier League title on head tops and think I'm a smiler by it? No. Why would I do that?
Anyway, I feel like this season, the end of the season was, the last game of the season was dramatic. Man City game was very, very dramatic. I didn't think City come back from that. I didn't think City. At 2-0, I thought it was done. Liverpool scored, but
it was supposed to be done. It was. You're right.
Let's talk. Where do you want to start? Do you want to start on what this means? Do you want to start on the final day? Where do you want to take us? Do you want to start on other teams before we end at the top? Do you want to start where?
I just want to. Do you want me
to host?
No, go through. I just want to drink in this moment, man. I just want to drink in this moment.
Yeah, first and foremost, shout out to Premier League champions, Man City, 4-5 now. That is 4 Premier Leagues in 5 years. This dominance is capped at 5 years, but for me, it's dominating the last decade because it's 6 Premier Leagues in 10. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, 2012, 2014, 2018, 2019, 2021, and 22. That's 6 out of 10 possible Premier Leagues. So shout out to Manchester City for the just dominance of the last decade and taking it to the last day. As for Liverpool, they'll be gutted. It was out of their hands. They did what they needed to do, but we've never seen a team challenging all 4 competitions all the way to the final day. So shout out to Liverpool, man. Shout out to Liverpool
90
because
points and you're still one-ish. 90
yeah, nah,
points
they
and
got the
you're
domestic
still
domestic
one-ish.
cup double in it.
Nah, we don't care. I don't care about that. Not today. Not today, I don't care. Not
Um,
today.
yeah.
Not
So
today.
just as a so is this a season review or final day review? What we
Just
doing
final
here?
day review. Final day
Oh,
review.
a
We can
final
get into
day
it.
reviewing. Yeah, final day.
Final day.
There's only 3 games to really talk about then.
Nah, man.
Um,
Nah. There's a lot
we
to
can
hate on.
start with Leeds versus Brentford.
You see what Rafinha did at the end of the match
Yeah,
when he was
went
on his
crazy.
knees from one end of the pitch to another. Apparently, his
Yeah,
penance. He needed to
this is farewell.
farewell. It wasn't his
Yes,
farewell.
this is farewell. This is farewell. To be fair though, if Leeds went down, it was his farewell. But I don't see how
Yeah.
they keep him. His ego is quite large now. It's going to be difficult for Jesse to control that. It's way too difficult for Jesse to control that, especially if someone comes in for that. But Leeds as a whole, the game, Brentford didn't really lay a glove on Leeds, and Bremer was awful. The midfield, I think it went down to 9. Sorry, they went down to 9 men. And it was just like Leeds they were very scared. Like it was very, very pragmatic by Leeds, and they got 1 goal disallowed by Galhart. But if anything, Leeds were gonna win. So when they
I
come
was
back into
surprised. That surprised me. I can't lie. I looked at the fixtures yesterday. I didn't see Leeds
no, but
winning
I
this
mean
one.
like if anything in the match, obviously prior to kickoff, Leeds fans weren't optimistic that they would get a result out of Brentford, but the game went and Leeds were fine. Like Brentford were quite quiet for what is a loud stadium, but I feel like Brentford at the beach and Leeds needed it more, obviously. But that still is a tough fixture. They have quite history, them 2 clubs, when they face each other. But Leeds as a whole, they were good. I'm very happy for them because I didn't want Burnley to stay up.
When Burnley went down. When
Yeah, I
Burnley
didn't
went
want
down.
Burnley.
Just say it.
Yeah,
You have to just say it like that. Just have to say
yeah,
it
but
like
at
that.
least enough. 6 years in the Prem, you've tried. No one, you lot would have taken 6 years. You bit our hands off for 6 years, as they say. We got our hands
Yeah,
off for
nah.
6 years. Yeah.
Burnley. It's enough. You're right. It's enough. You had your time here. Sean Dash, love you as a gaffer. Proper football, proper Englishman.
Yeah, Sean Dash going just signified it. It's done. It's over.
Yeah, Sean Dash. Once Sean Dash, but that's when I knew, yeah, Burnley got to go as well. You're not gonna keep Burnley in here without, like, you have to keep. If you're gonna keep Sean Dash, then you can keep Burnley, but you're not keeping Burnley without Sean Dash.
Sean Dash.
That's
He is
the
the club.
he's
The
their
club
only
is him.
redeeming. He's their only redeeming
He's the
quality.
only box office thing there, really and truly. So now, who you're looking at, Burnley? Who you want to get on the low? Dwight McNeil?
Right,
No,
McNeil bit. Right, McNeil Brick.
no, that coin's gone low.
Michael
That
Jackson.
Bitcoin's low.
Michael Jackson.
Stop saying him, man.
A
It's Mike Jack. So
little bit
yeah,
of Michael Jackson. A little bit of
nah.
Michael Jackson in the championship next season.
I feel no more turf, more none of that. So now we got Burnley, we got Stoke out of here. We got those clubs. Those good riddance to those clubs. Get them out
Who's
of here.
next? Who's next? In your ideal Premier League, who do you need to see go down next season? The possibility of
I think
go through.
I was gonna say obviously Newcastle, but that's a bit of vengeance. That's just a bit of
No,
vengeance,
that's just
because
hating you.
that's just animosity.
Just
Because I don't really Newcastle fans always confuse me, but in terms of footballing style, no one. I feel like so far the football's good. Like Norwich gone, Watford's gone.
If Huddersfield come back up, I want them to
No,
go
Huddersfield shouldn't try ever. No.
back.
We want Forest. We want Forest to come. Good,
If Huddersfield
good
get
English
back
club.
up, I need them back down.
Good
straight
English
away.
club. Good English club. Fulham's back, but Fulham, I don't mind Fulham. Everton can get gone for what? Everton, the way they've
Ooh,
handled
that's a shot.
the way
That's a
Everton
shot.
handled this relegation battles really made me not like them. Really, really made me not like them.
It's only because Frank Lampard's there. I want them to go back down.
That's added. That's the added pleasure. It's the cherry on top. But Forest,
how can you, what you want Forest going down for, Mr. Austin? What you want Forest going
you
down
ain't
for?
even seeing
Play
you ain't
good
even
football.
seeing Forest play in the Prem in like your adult life. So like, why do you want them to go down? I don't know how
That's
Mr.
good
Austin
football,
is,
bit
but
of heritage, European
it's good
trophies.
heritage there.
That's
Good heritage there. It's good
a bit of
English club.
heritage.
Good English club.
Fun fact of the day: only East Anglia Yellow and Manchester Red didn't score today. Yeah, man. Hey, add that game. The final day in my house was funny, yeah, because Derek's got Arsenal on one of the laptops. United on one
watched
of the
it.
laptops.
Ugh.
Huh? Yeah, I put the stream up. I put the stream up,
He watched
and
those streams. God
yeah, I
forbid.
got the stream up. Had the stream up, and my mum sees Arsenal packing in goals, and she's yeah. And then we literally just telling my mum today is not even about Arsenal. It's not even about you lot today. Generally, just focus on Liverpool,
Just on the
focus on
TV.
City,
On the TV. Just watch the TV.
focus on the team. What's going on here doesn't affect anything. Just don't even focus on this right now. Just focus on the TV screen.
I don't. There was no point streaming any other thing. Everything that was important was on TV. Everything else, go find out on 409. What's going on?
Nathan,
Because
Forest Heritage hype, allow it. You don't see, this is what I mean about you, Nathan, because you'll come up here and you'll give us mad trivia questions, and then now you don't want Forest to come back up. You don't.
he's
You don't want to
French.
appreciate
Nathan's
the heritage.
French though, isn't it? He loves Lille.
I feel you.
So
Yeah, man. I'm the only United fan in the house. It's a tough
proper
road.
nasty hater you grew up in. No wonder.
You get it. I had to be
You
a
grew up
hater.
being-
I had
you
to
grew
be
up
a
being
hater
a
because
villain.
everyone was gonna dunk on me, so I had to get the hate out. I had to get the
You
hate
grew up
out
being a
somewhere.
villain. I was gonna say, so we leave from Leeds and the bottom half of the table.
Yeah, Sky Sports says. Yeah, now what
So
did
what?
I say that?
Anyway, yeah. So we moved to the upper
What?
a little bit. So the Arsenal fans, I want some Arsenal fans to come on here. Let's spread this. Let's spread this link around. So Arsenal fans were quite optimistic about Norwich doing them a solid. I've seen certain Arsenal fans changing their Twitter picture, changing their names to Pookie and stuff, and it's all jokes and stuff. But how desperate and pathetic and weak have you become as a club? Pathetic, weak little bunch of people. Pray for you, man. Pray for you.
Oh my god. Yeah, nah, man. I was thinking Spurs might Spurs it, but yeah, nah, they didn't even give Norwich a chance to be in that game. They didn't give Norwich a chance.
No.
They didn't give Norwich a chance to be in that game. And then you lot, literally, what we always say about Arsenal, when the pressure's off and you lot don't really have to do it, that's when you lot are gonna. That's when you lot are gonna kick ball. We literally said this on Friday. We said that on Friday when the pressure's off, the sun's out, when you're at the Emirates. Everton are the sort of team that you'll just pack out 4-5-1, play proper football against them.
Just a weak team, weak fan base, weak players, weak manager. It's whatever. Well done, winning 5-1. I don't even know who scored, but yeah, credit to them. Yeah, well done. Anyway, now let's go on. Yeah, well, I don't know what happened there. Shout out. So next we move on to you lot's neck of the woods. I think were you at Palace?
You man seeing the Saliba news. Man wants to play UCL and dip from. Hey man.
If I was his boy, I'd tell him to dip.
He's one of the coveted defenders in the world.
If I was his boy, I'd tell him to dip.
Go on, go through.
Can you hear me? Oh, you're breaking up, Banks. You're cracking up.
Nothing for you.
Yeah. I said if I was his boy, I'd tell him to dip as well. Because what are you staying there for? Why are you here? Because there's nothing really here for you at Arsenal. You know, in terms of, I'm seeing titty links like. God damn it. You're seeing links to titty as an Arsenal.
Titty?
You're seeing titty getting titty on the cheap. You're thinking, what? Titty ain't got the knees. Fam.
Hey, you went to eat right. I thought you were dead. Someone told me you was dead.
Legit.
What?
Yeah. So if I'm Saliba, I'm off, and I don't want Saliba to. I want Saliba to do what's best for him. It's all about self-care, and it's all about your mental health. Do what's best for you, bro. Go get yours, King, Black King. Do yours. And what's best for you right now isn't going back to Arsenal to be slaving it away in the Europa League. Banks, your internet is in the mud. You got your internet's in the mud. You got to get you're good now. I think you went to data, innit? Clearly. So
don't worry about what I did. Don't worry about
yeah. So I don't want to do what's best for that Black King should stay far away from Arsenal. Do what's best for him. Anyway, Man United. I think you went to Selhurst today, and all I have to say on Man United fans is, you see the rut that Arsenal have gone through from 2004 to present. You're gonna go through the exact same thing, because you're gonna go through the exact same thing.
So
you
lot haven't won a Premier League. Sorry, let me just make sure I know what you're saying. You lot haven't won a Premier League in
20
18
years.
years now. 18 years.
2020, yeah.
20 Yeah, 18 years.
Yeah,
18
18
years.
years,
You
yeah.
don't think in the next 10 years we're gonna compete or be close to winning a Premier League?
No, in that time we've competed. Well, we haven't won. Doesn't matter what you do. In that time we've
Yeah,
competed, you
fair
just
enough.
never
You've
won.
competed a few times. Yeah, you're right.
Competed
You're
like
right.
4 times. In 18 years, competed 4 times, but that doesn't matter. In another, you have 8 more years to win a Prem. You're gonna go through the same thing. And I said that because you guys have slowly the bit where you're doing that thing that Arsenal fans were doing like about 6 years ago, like where you just bask in you proper, like before it was banter, but now you proper bask in other people's pain, and like rather than assess your own team, because how you guys are so far, like shouting from 8th place or wherever, I can't remember, you finished 6th or I can't remember. Yeah,
It's
shouting
one
from
place
where you,
below you.
all right, cool, shouting from where you are rather than just keeping quiet. Generally,
Nah,
just keep
because
quiet.
when you know you're rubbish, it opens up so many
No.
possibilities for you.
No.
It does. It
But the Man
generally
United,
does.
let me finish. I'll let you go off. I promise. But the Man United I grew up with didn't really care about other people, generally speaking. So, though, like, but obviously, it seems so long ago. That's what I'm trying to say. As in, your mentality shift as fans now is like completely different. So you're in that mediocre expectation place where Arsenal fans are. That's what I'm saying. You're going to go through the same things that Arsenal fans have. And I just want better for both of us. Generally speaking, I just want better. I don't want us to be having to deal with, Norwich on the last day. I don't want you guys to be thinking of, having player contractual issues and fighting people on Twitter about stats and like just making stuff up. You're making stuff about things people don't care about. Just want us to be challenging where it matters. And that's my gripe with Arsenal fans and Man United fans as well. It's just, like, what have you become?
Mate, there's when I say when we know we're rubbish, we are what we are right now. There's no point in hiding and saying, yeah, we're building like this team as it is rubbish. That means if I choose to laugh at other teams for also being rubbish, you can't get at me for saying, oh, this is what so many fans love to do. You're just being, yeah, your team's rubbish as well. Yeah, of course I know that. I know our team's rubbish. Of course. Zero
I'm not
GD, we're
saying this
terrible.
feeling. This
We're
feeling ain't
terrible. Yeah, you
new.
gotta tell me that.
I'm saying this feeling ain't new because when you used to make, for example, if you made fun of Tottenham back in the day, or if you made fun of a Middlesbrough back in the day, or a Charlton, for example, my next neighbour was Charlton fans. If you made fun of Charlton back in the day, their rebuttal was always, "Yeah, we're Charlton though. We're rubbish." Do you get what I mean? But they'll laugh at you. They'll laugh at Arsenal when Arsenal lose in Champions League final because they were a small club. Now that's where you guys are falling to
Yeah.
as fans, and you have to look at what point are you going to look at yourself and realize, is this what I want to be doing on Saturdays and Sundays? Is this what I see
No,
pleasure
it's
in?
not about is this what we want to be doing? Is where we are right now.
No, but it's what you're doing. Is what I'm saying.
Next season, there's new possibilities of what
And
could happen.
that is what Arsenal fans have been saying for the last 18 years.
It is, and you're right. You're right. You're completely right. But as you say, right now you have to acknowledge the truth that we're rubbish. Next season, that could change. That might not change. You have to go with the punches. There's nothing else you can do right now. There's not. What else can you? What else can you really do as a Manchester United fan? All you
Why I
can
brought
really
that up? Why I brought that up, honestly, though, is because obviously you guys lost to Palace, and I didn't see any complaints about you guys losing to Palace or any terms of analysis or any terms of like, well, how no, and just anything in relate. Basically, I didn't see anything in relation to your loss to Palace,
you genuinely can't because
and I don't think a lot of you even watched the match, which is fine. Which is fine because I didn't watch the Arsenal match.
What are you actually fighting for with this version of Manchester United? Like, what are you trying to analyze? What are you expecting of this version of Manchester United? Like, if they lose,
But then you're angry. But then you're also then it also my other issue with Man United fans is you're celebrating City winning the league, but
of course
they're your rivals.
They're not as big a rival as Liverpool. It's definitely worse than Liverpool.
But if Arsenal, if Tottenham and Man United was going to win the league, what kind of graphic is that? Anyway, no, Sky Sports News put a Champions League graphic of Tottenham. But if if Tottenham and Manchester United was going to win the league, Arsenal will not celebrate if Manchester United win.
You lot wouldn't celebrate Tottenham not winning the league. Cap. That's just cap. It's cap. It's cap.
Why are you celebrating Man United win the league?
You're not celebrating Manchester United winning the league.
You
You're
are.
celebrating
You
Tottenham
are.
not winning it. You're celebrating Tottenham not winning it.
By elimination.
That's-
You're
Okay,
celebrating.
by elimination, but that's not what you're celebrating. Tottenham not winning it, and you do that. If Tottenham got within touching the Premier League title and it got taken away from them,
Arsenal
you
fans
celebrate.
you just rather Tottenham
You
not
said,
winning.
in fact, you're so much cap.
Liverpool ain't out.
You're so much cap. Remember the 2019 final? You were celebrating Liverpool winning.
I said Liverpool ain't our ops.
What is that? But what does that have to do with anything, though? Like what?
Your two biggest because you said I celebrated Liverpool winning the Champions League. Liverpool is not Arsenal's op.
Okay,
like when in history,
it clearly runs deeper with Liverpool compared to City.
No, but those are your two biggest. Those are your two ops. But obviously, you're a London Manchester fan, so it's different for you. But
it's not the boys. I promise you,
it is different. It is different.
So you think for United fans, there are fans that think City is a bigger match or bigger rival than Liverpool?
No. But they won't celebrate City winning.
They will celebrate Liverpool not winning.
No, they won't celebrate City winning. Just keep quiet. They'll just keep quiet. They'll just keep quiet.
I think it's cap, man. I think it's cap. That's me, though, isn't it? That's me. Like, again, and I get what you're saying because we're in the mud. Like, one of our rivals is winning the Premier League over and over again.
And you keep winning, and you keep celebrating it.
Because it's not Liverpool winning it. End of the day.
Come back to the mic, sorry. Your mic, it cut off because you put the mic down. You're mute. Yeah, but okay. Yeah, you're mute back still.
End of the day, it's not Liverpool winning it. That's what we're celebrating. Still can't hear?
No, you're good. You were just loud. You're good now. You're good.
All right, cool. End of the day, it's not Liverpool winning it. Not Liverpool winning it. We was laughing at Leicester season. We was laughing at Tottenham and not celebrating Leicester. Again, you was happy that Tottenham didn't win it that season. You was happy.
Win what?
Squads win the league, more chance of me. What? What made you go with that verse?
We'd laugh at Tottenham, but we wouldn't celebrate Man United.
But who's celebrating? I don't see United fans celebrating City, though.
I don't think so.
We're not celebrating City. We're celebrating Liverpool not winning it. I feel like that's a distinct difference.
One second. So, who would you say is an avid Man United fan? Like,
I know you're clearly gonna. I know you're gonna bring up the tweets. That obviously everyone was screaming City, City, City. I already know you, Shab. I can read you like a book.
So wait, no. So if that's the case,
like an absolute book.
Hold on. So if that's the case, were you? Good. Let's go to one of you lot's goats. Santa and Dave. Perfect example.
What did he say? At the end of the day.
You lot are so shameless. I'm seeing City and Caps. Oh, man. Anyway, yeah, go on, carry on. You're mute again. You're on mute again.
At the end of the day, once it's City, from when.
Yeah, Banks, you need to sort your mic out. You're on mute again. That's what I'm saying. You're on mute again. I'm seeing clapping hands for Jack Grealish. Oh, man.
He's a Grealish stand, though. That don't count. He's a Grealish stand.
Okay, fair enough. No problem. So
at the end of the day, Nathan gets it. Seeing your ops off is one of your greatest joys, especially if you as a United fan aren't getting no day. Why am I not going to smile at Liverpool flopping? Why wouldn't I?
I'll just leave the sport. That's what I would do.
What? You just leave the sport?
Yeah.
Fair enough, man.
Okay, so Tottenham, well done, Tottenham, getting fourth place. Yep. So what can we just like when we're doing the obviously next season's review, we just need to. I just love if not just the media, but us as or Twitter fans or whatever you want to call. Just can we just hold people, or hold teams, or hold fans to a certain standard? Because
Like what standard?
Tottenham specifically, and Chelsea more so, just Chelsea as well in recent seasons. Tottenham specifically have never been held to any standard whatsoever. Every season, Tottenham you finish fourth, and apparently they have a good season. Drop out of every tournament and win nothing for like the last 15 years, and no, they never get pammed. But in the same, and for me, it's fine. But other people and Tottenham fans tell everybody else that Tottenham's a big team. North London is now white. Da, 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 da. But if that's the case, if they're bigger, if they're this big club that they've got a new stadium and everything, hold them to a certain standard, or at least a winning standard or something. But it's always a moving target with them. So now they've got Conte, they've got the world-class manager, they've got 2 world-class strikers up top. They've got the big new stadium. They're in Champions League. They have to win something. If not, it's been a failure. If they finish 4th again and win nothing, it's a failure. Hold them to that standard. Same thing with Chelsea. Chelsea not being held to a certain standard. They had it with Lampard. Then they papered over the cracks of the Champions League. Very big plaster to paper over, so give them that credit. But he spent 100 million on Lukaku, so he's the final piece to the puzzle. Now I'm hearing excuses of Lukaku's presser was what turned the ship. Obviously, then with the Russia thing, with losing Abramovich is what turned the ship. The Champions League really was the final blow in the coffin. I don't care. They just weren't good enough, and it's been a disaster class from them this season. They dropped out of the title race in like November, around December. That was it. Like Chelsea's Premier League season ended in December. They were comfortably 3rd, not lower than 3rd, not above 3rd. So they've technically been on the beach for about 6 months in the Premier League after spending 100 million. Do you get what I mean? Getting a marquee signing. So you're looking at it, you're thinking, if this was any other team, like Arsenal easily get dragged. Liverpool get dragged. Man United gets spoken about the most, whether it's either praise or being dragged. But most recent season is being dragged. But Tottenham, Chelsea, nothing comes of it. And obviously the smaller clubs are just the smaller clubs. They don't get enough screen time anyway. But them 2 clubs are held to no standard whatsoever. Always a moving target. More recently now, Tottenham, because obviously it's a Harry Kane team, English.
No, Shem. It sounds as if you're hating. It sounds like you're
Nothing
hating.
I've said is false. What part of it do you see crack? What part of it do you see cracks in what I said? What part of it?
I don't know. I don't know. It's like, yeah, Spurs are Spurs. Like they did what they did to get Champions League.
I've always said it. I've always said it. Spurs is the team that takes part in the Premier League.
Yeah, but that's what they've done. They've done that. Nobody expected them to get Champions League this year.
And you're speaking about this season. My graph of all these teams that I've just mentioned, Chelsea and Spurs specifically. Well, Chelsea's 3 seasons, but Spurs is like 8 seasons, 8 or 9 seasons from Harry Redknapp to now. It's the same yo-yo rubbish we see with Spurs. The media love it when they come 4th. They tank the next season, get 4th again, tank the next season, and it's just. Then you're never held to like, oh, they've been poor. You've never held to say, oh yeah, Tottenham, they're pushing, break that top 4, really push on for a domestic title, and then kick on next season. It's never that. It's never good.
I agree with the idea that they should be pushing for domestic trophies to try and win something. Because
said this for a decade.
They should be trying to win something, but at the same time, like spuds are spuds. Spuds are spuds. Like if they get top 4,
and I'm not mad at you for saying that. But if you're gonna say that, I don't want to. When they're saying they're the biggest team in North London or they're bigger than this, tell them to keep quiet. The same energy you're putting into the fact that they're just spuds. Like, what do you expect from it? Tell them to keep quiet and stop getting involved in big boy discussions. Generally speaking, if not, you hold them to big boy standards. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
I understand what you're trying to say, but you're saying it from an Arsenal point of view, where you're just tired of you just want to put them down right now because they're above you.
No. Generally, I don't
understand that, bro.
I don't want to put them down.
That,
We're doing the end of season review. We're doing the end of season review, more or less, or final day review. Yeah. And we're talking about how, like, okay, what it means for everyone else finishing where they finish. And I'm saying now we're talking on Spurs, and I'm specifically saying yes, they've finished 4th. Well done to them. This is not something new. It's not something new to them. 6 years ago or so, when they was finishing 4th, they were doing all the comparisons of who's better, Klopp or Pochettino. Let's look at the club's trajectory since that 2015 or 2016 to 2022. Spurs are still in the same yo-yo-y 4th, 5th, 6th arena, and they're just held to no standard. When Arsenal were doing that, who supposedly is now a smaller club than Spurs, we're held to a certain standard. So I'm saying either hold them to a certain standard or just stop including them in certain discussions. And that's not spite. That's just genuinely be fair.
Hey, I feel where you're coming from as an Arsenal fan. You want them to be quiet. And I understand why.
I'm not planning Spurs. And it makes me laugh because it's like you're not listening to anything I'm saying.
I'm listening, bro. I'm listening, but at the same time, like,
my onus is not on Spurs fans. My onus is on the rest who entertain these conversations when it doesn't make sense.
In terms of who's bigger in North London, I think that's a redundant point at this point. It doesn't, like, it has nothing to do with what either team needs to be better going forward. Like, you lot holding up you're better in North London, it doesn't mean anything. End of the day, it doesn't mean anything, does it? Like, if you're bad right now, being the biggest club in North London doesn't really mean anything. You don't need to focus on being an actual good team, and then the conversation about North London's white, North London's red. Then that conversation would mean something. But for now, right now, you just sound as if Tottenham are doing well right now. But they shouldn't really talk about who's bigger. It don't really mean anything. Arsenal need to get better before you lot can start worrying about who's the best in North London, what's happening in North London right now. That's just my honest opinion, innit? That's just my honest opinion. I like to give my honest opinion sometimes.
Fair enough.
Ricky said, nah, Banks, man. Hey, man, I'm sorry. Sorry. I just had to... Best comparison is Spuds are Poet and Scribs. Never gonna blow.
Dang.
Literally. Egyptian Duracell Bunny, new deal for F6, liquidate Arsenal. I think he literally, I think they're gonna announce it tomorrow, but he was literally signing his contract straight after the match. And when he said, I saw Arteta said something like, it's been confirmed now, but it's hard to speak about. I was thinking, so Nketiah, El Neni, and Lacazette, they're all gone. But yeah, it's looking like El Neni's got the new contract. Maybe Nketiah's got a new contract as well then.
So finally we go to Anfield and we go to Wolverhampton Wanderers. I feel like the atmosphere there was fantastic.
Hey, did you see when they did the fake shout that it went 3-3 at the Etihad, and you see the way the stadium erupted?
Who did the fake shout? Oh, I was at the Etihad match.
Somebody in the crowd must have said Aston Villa have equalized and it's 3-3 now, and the stadium erupted. Oh my god. Once they realized they got duped, pain. This Arsenal fan is just a frustrated fool by trying to put Arsenal.
This person's bare Nigerian already.
And also have no shame. How deluded he is, talking a lot of S. Bro, who is this?
Just a Nigerian person, man. Only Nigerians would use the word fool in an opening sentence. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just
yeah, man. Liverpool did what they needed to do. Hey, why the hell did Salah celebrate? I think Salah must have thought Aston Villa was still winning or something, because the way he celebrated his goal.
He didn't get the memo. A lot of the fans don't get the memo because it's tough. Even Henderson said it, and sometimes you don't, because you're just hearing loads of shouting, like elevated shouts and screams. So you're trying to gauge what's going on, but you just have to focus on what's happening in your game. So I think he thought they were drawing or losing. So yeah.
Wait, Banks, didn't you say you was going pool? British Transport Police turned me back at the station. They knew I was going there for no good. They turned me back at the station.
Violence. They said you're on violence.
They turned me back. They knew what I was going there to do. They said, nah. We can't have a vagabond like you in Liverpool. We can't have a vagabond like you in Merseyside. I would have been there to laugh at Klopp, but they turned me back in it. Now, when they got faked into thinking it was 3-3, it was effing jokes. Yeah, I can't lie. The way the stadium erupted.
How would they get faked if they had their phones though and they could see the scores?
Somebody must have started the shot, and you know when you're just in the moment, they must have went with
I'm done. That's what I thought. I thought maybe there was a VAR like thing and the goal got cancelled. I was like, no, that didn't happen. So that's what I thought, maybe sort of 3-3.
Nathan said the only Arsenal I know is Arsenal women. Hey, you lost best striker signed a new contract to swear the other day. What's her
Yeah,
name?
Vivian Medina.
Medina signed a new contract. The bank's top 10 most wanted by transport police. Hey man, well, if they knew the way I was gonna act in Merseyside, there's no way they would have let me on the train. Hey, Ollie Watkins, yeah. You know when the concept of a striker is there, but the fundament, like the actual execution of it is just woeful. That's Ollie Watkins for you. Like the fundamentals, him running, like he always runs in behind, loves to run in behind, and he's gonna cause you trouble.
He needs a good coach.
You think you just need someone to put him?
He needs a good coach. Yeah, he needs a good coach. He's good players. There's a player in there, man. There's a good player in there, man.
Hey,
there's a player in
because
there.
the way he was troubling the Man City back line, but he wouldn't be able to finish his dinner, or he wouldn't be able to get that final bit off. That must be the most frustrating.
He was frustrating, but he's a player in there. Michael Richards lost all professionalism at the end of the game, but hey, he was happy.
He lost his best professionalism. Every last bit of it.
Yeah, he lost his.
I know he must have ripped his trousers celebrating that goal.
Yeah, even his earpiece was falling out every 2 seconds. No, he's not a glorified Gusted. That's poor. Gusted wasn't moving like that.
Gusted, yeah. It's unfortunate, but credit to City. But we shouldn't have let Aston Villa do the job for us. If we wanted to win the league, we should have beaten City.
Sure.
You know, those 2-2, both of those 2-2s were some of the most highly contested games of the season. So like there was no, I don't think there's any shame in not winning those games. But champs to think about, we go again next year. Not one go again. I'm hating on you. The hating's not finished this season.
So let's just look at what City's done, or what Pep's done for City in this season. Do you think it's his most successful one?
Pep?
Yeah, out of 4.
Nah, 2019. He did the domestic treble that season, and it was one of the most highly competitive seasons.
This one too. This is the second. This is the second one.
Yeah, but again, he didn't win like all the other smaller trophies as well. That's the reason the 2019 season tops this one. Like in terms of Premier League competitiveness, it's definitely neck and neck. But then City just went and dominated everything else as well, which is just fugazi. So, I have to put in terms of achievement, this would probably go just below the 2019 one. Ricky Bowley said Tomori got a hero's ovation today and deserved. Bet on himself, went to Syria, won a Scudetto, is there speaking Italian. Bad boy centre. Let me see he's not going to let me see he's not going to Qatar as one of the starting centre backs. You're still going to have guys like flipping Maguire.
Maguire's going.
Come on, man. Come on, Southgate.
Maguire's going to go.
Get with the program at this point. Just get with the program. Tomori needs to be one of England's starting centre backs. He needs to be.
Okay. No, it was a good final day. I'm just looking at it now. I'm looking at next season. Obviously, we're going to do the review, but I'm looking at next season. I'm thinking, what's going to change?
Boy, I think it gets harder for Arsenal because you lot have got Thursday to Sunday games now.
I don't think a lot changes in terms of where people finish. I think Chelsea's still going to finish third. I feel like
Tottenham going to strengthen. Where that takes them though is a good question because I'm not sure.
And you know what's very interesting about everybody's always optimistic naturally about the new seasons, but it's never always the case that teams get better, ever. A lot of the time, very rarely does everyone get better. Very, very rarely does everyone get better.
I think this is one of the few seasons where there's going to be a lot of fans not optimistic about challenging at the top, because what Liverpool and City have put on this season, I think a lot of teams have realised that they're far off that level. So I think this season has been one of the biggest reality checks for a lot of the
humbling, especially Chelsea was one of them. Chelsea the most. It's humbling.
It's a humbling experience. So, I think this is going to be one of the, as you said, last summer, United fans were thinking, we have to challenge towards the top. Chelsea fans are thinking, we've signed Lukaku, we have to challenge towards the top. If you ask Chelsea and United fans this summer whether you think, with some transfers and the new manager and whatever.
There's no transfers you lot can get that you challenge. There's none.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like if you ask them this time around, I think they tell you, yeah, nah, it's not going to be adapting this summer. It's not going to be adapting this year. So I think this is one of the few summers where I think Arsenal fans as well, if you ask them as well, apart from the Arteta stands, like if you ask them, the sun shines out of Arteta's bum. So, but if you ask like some regular Arsenal fans, how do you feel about what's going to happen next season? I don't think they're going to be too optimistic either. So I think this is one of the few seasons where fans aren't going to be going into the next season thinking, right, we could actually do something, or we could necessarily improve on what we've done this season. I think everyone's going to be a bit on edge. Now the season's over. Who's your manager of the season? David Moyes. Give it David Moyes.
Okay, it's not bad. Finishing 7th.
Give it Moyes. Who might give it to? Vieira, Moyes, Pep Guardiola, Klopp.
Pep and Klopp have been fantastic. David Moyes has been good. Arteta's not been bad, but bottled it right at the end.
I said Dean Smith, manager of the season. Get out of there, Nathan, man.
I don't know. I'd give it to.
Maybe not. Got an Arsenal fan here. That's a bit optimistic. Fair enough. Nobody's talking about you in the tight one. I'm just saying.
Yeah, Graham Potter, Brighton finishing just the first top table finish for Brighton in their history.
Fair enough. You
Graham
giving
Potter.
it to me? You gotta pick a name. Pick a name.
Pep.
I give it Potter.
Yeah.
Give it Potter. One of the few managers that goes out there and tells their team play some football.
Go sign Jovic.
Jovic for Brighton. You get H to announce him. Not even H. What's his name? Ardy. Get Ardy to announce him.
Go sign Jovic, right? Get Ardy to announce it. Get Craig Mitch to announce it.
What do I want to talk about with the City game? Gundogan. Apparently, Gundogan wants to leave this summer, or he wants to.
Yeah. Gundogan's off. Gundogan's off. Pep does this thing with a lot of people. When you roll out of the contention, when you're out of the running order, like they kind of want to leave because they believe they should be playing top level football, and then it happens with everyone. You fall out of favour. It happens with everyone, and they go through this spell where they want to leave. It happens to Bernardo, Laporte, Sterling, Jesus, Aguero. It happens to everyone. If you ride the wave, you come back into the team. If not, you leave. So I'm not shocked Gundogan wants to leave. Question is, who would take him in the Prem?
You don't necessarily have to stay in the Prem.
No, I'm just saying, for Prem's sake, for conversation's sake, where can he stay?
Conversation's sake, he could go into any of the. He could sign for literally any top 6 team. Any top 6 team.
Spread though, it's wages. That's what I'm thinking.
Nah, 200k calm, 180 something around there. You'll be so calm.
Okay.
Any top 6 team will take him.
Yeah.
Arsenal gonna sign bare MLS dons. You know, already signing one next Brazilian. You're trying to do Martinelli part 2.
I feel like every team's been scarred ever since they missed out on such an obvious thing that was Neymar. It's just like nobody wants to get beaten by like missing on the next Brazilian wonder kid.
Just gonna really sign them all up, taking hella man out the hood.
Yeah.
Hella man out the hood. Nah, who said somebody tweeted, if Mbappe's a real one, he's gonna sign somebody off the block. He's gonna sign somebody off the block and just change their life. He should just do that. Take somebody off the block, change your life. Somebody that was gonna get caught up in a life. Take him out the hood.
And they won't even have a first touch. Ali Dia. Yes, gosh.
Oh my god. Oh man, this has actually been the final day of the season, man. It's crazy. It's been a season I couldn't, from like January, February, I couldn't wait for the season to wrap up. I couldn't wait for it.
You looking forward to Fulham and Bournemouth back?
Fulham, Bournemouth. I'm literally interested in Fulham coming back just because I want to see Mitrovic and what he's gonna do. I think that's gonna be the most interesting thing about Fulham this season. That you can't bang 43 goals in the Championship and then not do any numbers in the Premier League. So
Ivan Toney,
that's going to be interesting.
Ivan Toney did something similar.
Say that?
Ivan Toney, how many did he net after netting, breaking the record last season?
Well, I think he bagged like 11 or 12. I think he's on 11 or 12.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
That's not too bad.
Bournemouth, Scotty P.
Yeah, man.
What are you
First
going to say
time,
about them?
first time Bournemouth are gonna be in the Premier League, and they're not gonna be chasing after light skin guys. It's gonna be a weird experience. I can't lie. No Eddie Howe there to chase after all the light skin players.
Yeah, Solanke leading the line at Bournemouth.
Solanke, the Anthony you playing left wing.
Mm.
Who else they got there? David Brooks coming back from his illness.
Oh wow! And then you have your boy Billing.
Milling still kicking ball at the top level.
Billing, that's a good guy.
Never saw the stock. Never saw the stock.
Never saw the stock in Billing.
Nathan said, "Side Shams, we go right all along."
We didn't want to be right though, Nathan, did we? Didn't. On this occasion, we wanted to be wrong, but hey.
What was your game of the season? Good point. What was your game of the season?
Liverpool, Man City.
Liverpool, Man City. I'd go Liverpool United, the 5-0. I think that was just one of the most eye-opening experiences I've ever had in a football stadium. That was genuinely one of the most, wow, I can't believe I'm living this moment. There's been no high point for me, just literally just lows and lower lows. So being able to experience that, Liverpool fans on top of us screaming, Ollie's at the wheel, Ollie's at the wheel. That was surreal. That was genuinely a surreal experience. So I'd have to go for that one. Other notable games, obviously the two, Chelsea, Liverpool at Stamford Bridge. That was a banger of a game as well. Chelsea, Liverpool, the 2-2 where Mane could have got sent off. Kovacic scored a wonder goal. What other games really caught my eye? No Arsenal games. Tottenham do anything this season? Nah. They ain't really put on no games. Yeah, man, I'll go with whoa! Did she have knock off? How can I look back on the screen and you was just gone? I was thinking, what?
My game of the season was Liverpool versus Man City. What else can I think of? You said another one. Well, from an Arsenal standpoint, when I used to be an Arsenal fan, the Arsenal Spurs was a good one. First half of the season, the Emirates one. Yeah. That's what I can
end of year review. We'll get into it for the end of year review.
Yeah,
Make
we're
sure
getting this.
Welcome's football talk. For me, Nathan said, for me, Wolves at Emirates Pepe Masterclass. That was nice. That was a nice moment for you, look. You lot scored like 2 in the last 10 minutes or something, and a last minute winner.
Oh, he said welcome. He said welcome's football said apart from. Go on. He said Shams, apart from Liverpool City games. Okay. So I said the Spurs won at Emirates. Which other one was it? In terms of like football, like popping, yeah, the Stamford Bridge recently one was good. Was a good time. I just like the big games. If I'm being honest, we had obviously it was all domestic, so there's no European games there, but just the big games. So I would say Spurs at the Spurs, Emirates, and Chelsea at Stamford Bridge.
Well, we'll do an end of season review. We'll welcome on some guests, and we'll have a proper think about some of the games that we enjoyed, that we can come back to and talk about a little bit. As Ricky said, save it for the end of year review. But yeah, this is gonna be the final review of the season, man. 38 out of 38 games are done. Oh, that's a shout. Brighton United at the Amex. That was a pamming. That was just a nice pamming. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. But yeah, 38 out of 38. We're done. Everyone go on your summer holidays. Where you booked? Where you booked to go on summer holidays, Shem?
Nigeria, Malta, so far. And then maybe Sweden.
Maybe Sweden.
We'll see.
Fair enough.
What about you?
Out there. I got Sweden on the books.
Yeah, Sweden. See you there.
See you there, man. But yeah, we still got some European rear view content to come during the season. Towards the end of the season, obviously, I'm gonna have a possible watch along Champions League review So make sure you stick with us until the end of the season. Thanks, being so relaxed is so funny. Look, man, I've checked out. That's why I can smile about everything right now. None of this is real to me no more. None of it's real.
Instead of we doing anything for Scandi, baby. We doing anything for the Champions League final?
We do a little watch along.
Are we? I'm outside for that one. So we'll
Swear.
probably do a review. Yeah, I'm outside for that one.
That's it. Invite me.
Yeah, I'm outside. What?
Invite me, fam. Invite me. You say, you doing anything for the champs finals? We'll see. We'll make sure to update you. Gonna be this time. No, this time
week,
is 6 days.
6 days time. Yeah, Saturday.
6 days time. So we'll make sure to update you. Make sure you have. Make sure you. I'm not reading your comment, Nathan. I'm not reading your comment.
All right. Yeah. And on that note. Yeah.
Not reading your comment. But yeah, make sure you stay locked into the Final Third social so you'll know what we're doing, when we're doing it for the rest of the season. Thank you, man. Thank you for the love. Thank you for being inside, active, watching. Love to see it, man. Yeah, I'm happy the season's over, man. I've checked out. A little Shubs event for UCR, the Box Park.
Yeah, the Box Park Champions League viewing. Yeah, the fan park things. That was sold out though. Sold out.
But make sure you subscribe to the Final Third. We'll be back with our reviews next season. Got some summer content coming along for you. Make sure you stick around for that. Gonna make sure that we get all of that content out to you this summer. Make sure you lock into our socials at the Final3RD_. Subscribe to the channel. Follow your boys, Lavish and Banks. Had that. Socials are right there. I've been your host, Banks, joined by my ever faithful co-host, Lavish.
Come on.
Oh no, we can't even do a watch along with CJ. He ran away to Zambia.
Yeah, he's not local.
We would have wanted to. If Liverpool lost, I would have loved to see his face. But
the camera.
We still got United we bought and get well soon Arsenal to come to finish off the season. So make sure again, stay locked into the channel. And have a very good evening, people. Good night.
You are now listening to The Final Third.
I think Pepe's so coachable.
Wow, you should be in
Just need to shake him.
You should be in prison. We build you out. We build you out to come and play this season. You're out here just